Friday evening. MasterChef Junior is all new tomorrow.
Tim Carrico, weeknights at 10. This is Fox 59. The two Virginia's most outstanding news operation. 59 News at 10 starts now.
Sexual abuse trial continues in Mercer County. Welcome to Fox 59 News at 10. I'm Riley Phillips. Tim has the night off. The judge did not rule in favor of a mistrial in the case of Larry Young. Yesterday, there was an issue with the transcription of a recorded statement given by Young. The judge planned to make a decision this morning on whether to rule this case as a mistrial. That ruling was denied, and the trial continued today with more cross-examination of witnesses. Both sides finished presenting evidence today. Court will resume tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning with closing arguments before it goes to the jury. Young is accused of first-degree sexual assault, sexual abuse by a parent or guardian, and first-degree sexual abuse. Deputies say a Mercer County woman is facing attempted murder and malicious wounding charges after she reportedly shot a family member. The Mercer County Sheriff's Department tells us the shooting happened at a home in Princeton yesterday morning. Deputies say Marina Jones called 911 reporting she had shot her estranged husband. The victim was transported to a hospital where he is in critical condition. Deputies are still investigating a motive for the shooting and whether drugs or alcohol played a factor. Jones is in jail. And an Oak Hill man is in jail after deputies say the homeowner caught the man burglarizing his home. Around noon on Wednesday, deputies say a homeowner caught Israel Gilkey in his house. He said he held Gilkey until law enforcement arrived. Deputies say the suspect had the victim's cell phone and credit card in his pockets. Gilkey also had a large amount of counterfeit money. He was charged with the felony offense of burglary and did not post bond. Well, businesses and deputies in Fayette County are seeing a growing problem with counterfeit money. 59 News reporter Taylor Newman tells us how using fake currency can actually cost you.
Pretty much all we do is take this and go like that, and if it comes up black, it's bad.
Businesses in Fayette County are facing a real issue with counterfeit money. And what businesses are getting hit the most? Where you pump your gas.
They think they can get away with it at a gas station more than a bigger store.
The Sunoco in Mount Hope has faced fraud firsthand. Those who work there tell me they check each bill that's handed to them. It's not a joke.
We take them very seriously.
If they encounter fake money, they report it straight to law enforcement. And the consequences vary.
You can be charged state or federally. Usually the U.S. Secret Service will handle counterfeit issues.
This is money Fayette County deputies confiscated just recently. Now, obviously, this $100 bill is fake. But deputies have told me they've seen counterfeit money that looks extremely real. And the best way to tell is by feeling it.
Usually counterfeit money feels like regular copier paper. It's very smooth. And you've handled enough money in your life to know that something is wrong just immediately when you touch it.
Deputies say many people that have counterfeit money don't even know they have it. If you're unaware that you have it, you won't get in trouble, but just make sure you contact your local police. Reporting in Fayette County, Taylor Newman, 59 News.
A woman is arrested after police say she drove a stolen vehicle several miles down train tracks. Wyoming County deputies and Mullins police arrested Alicia Jones yesterday. Police say a couple came to the department to report someone's car had broken down near their home. Police found the car on train tracks. Police say Jones had turned onto the tracks in Amigo and drove about 2 miles towards Stevenson. Officers say they contacted deputies out of Irwin, Kentucky, who say the vehicle was reported stolen. The train tracks are closed until deputies can remove the vehicle from the tracks. The incident is still under investigation. A woman came home this morning to find her home broken into and another woman lying in her bathtub. Deputies in Fayette County arrested Catherine Akers. Deputies say they got a call around 4 this morning from a woman saying she came home to find her porch door open, unfamiliar boots in her mudroom, and Akers lying in her bathtub. Deputies also say the victim's medicine cabinet door was open, and Akers appeared to be under the influence. Akers was arrested and put in jail. A traffic stop leads to a drug arrest in Greenbrier County. Catherine Evans of Frankfort was arrested by Lewisburg police this afternoon. Deputies pulled her over after she was driving on the wrong side of the road. A search of her truck revealed a metal box containing marijuana, cash, and a notebook that appeared to contain records of drug deals. A small container was also found that tested positive for meth. Evans is charged with 1 felony count of possession with the intent to deliver marijuana and 1 misdemeanor count of possession of methamphetamine. She is out on $3,000 bond. And U.S. Attorney Mike Stewart wants to make Huntington the safest city in America. Surrounded by other federal officials, Stewart says a tougher approach through law enforcement will help rid the area of drugs and violent crimes. The plan, dubbed Project Huntington, will double the number of prosecutors in the city.
No question that law enforcement, swift, strong law enforcement, absolutely works in the area of drugs. It's really important in a place like Huntington.
It falls on U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions' office to bring the toughest charges possible against suspects. However, critics of this kind of approach say it will target minorities and fill up prisons with nonviolent offenders. And we'll bring you more details on the story in the second half hour of 59 News at 10. Well, you may want to throw an extra blanket on the bed tonight, but will the sun shine on your Friday plans? Storm Tracker 59 meteorologist Heidi Moore joins us now from the Weather Lab with a check of the forecast. Hey, Heidi.
Hey Riley, good evening everyone. Not too bad out there yet, but that cold air will certainly move in as we get closer to the morning hours. It's quiet though. Storm Tracker 59 HD Dual Live Doppler looking good, but temperatures again not bad yet. Many of us in the low to mid 40s, some spots in the upper 30s, but colder air is going to start sinking in, and by the time we kick things off tomorrow morning, many of us will be in the 20s. So yeah, chilly start to your day. But right now we are running about 15 to 25 degrees warmer than where we were this time yesterday, but we're also still dealing with some pretty breezy wind gusts, about 15 to 25 miles per hour, and that will continue through the rest of the evening tonight before things start to calm down a bit as we get into the day ahead. We're looking at more sunshine for your Friday, but cooler temperatures still around. All the details in just a bit.
All right, thank you, Heidi. The Fayette County Board of Education just came out with their latest schedule for the rest of the school year. Due to the teacher work stoppage and recent winter weather, the last day for students will be May 23rd. Teachers will be done on June 6th. School officials say the schedule did not affect the county's spring break.
We built in extra time throughout the year. We had that built in. Our calendar was set to finish a little sooner, and we built in extra time that we, by state law and state policy, we're permitted to use if you have emergencies, and this was one of those emergencies, so it worked out fine.
Fayette County school officials say they're glad that students will still get to enjoy their spring break. And if you go by New River Elementary School in Fayette County, you may see a large sign. The sign announces the plan to construct 2 new schools in the area. It also says how much funding was needed and who funded those projects. A pre-K through second and middle school will begin construction within the next week. The sign will stand until construction is finished in June of 2019. Well, March Madness is here, and with that comes betting a little money on the games. 59 News reporter Adina Balthazar explains when it becomes too much.
An exciting time of year with it being March Madness, but fans might not be as excited once they see what it's done to their wallet. March Madness is always fun for fans to get together and cheer on their teams.
Oh yeah, take it every year, take off work, watch basketball till your eyes bleed.
The real question is, are they putting money on these games?
There's a big group of us do it every year. Friends of ours runs it. We do it online. It's easier than it ever used to be. You used to have to make paper copies. And now you just do it online. I keep it on my phone so I can check games as we go. So it's a good time.
While some guys do this for fun, when does it become an obsession?
Just like anything else, when it takes up your focus in your life, it's a problem.
So who are these guys putting their money on this March Madness? One seems to think West Virginia has a chance.
If they play as well as they did at the beginning of the year, they have a chance to go to the Final Four. But in this tournament, you just never know.
I've got Kentucky in one bracket, Arizona in one bracket.
We will have to wait and see who actually wins the dance this season. Reporting from Beckley, Adina Balthazar, 59 News.
If you think you may have a gambling problem, you can call the National Gambling Hotline at 1-800-522-4700. And how about some booze-infused cupcakes? Legislation that passed in Virginia will make it easier for people to sell these types of treats. It creates a confectionery license to streamline the process. It was inspired by this cupcake creator who found Virginia law and ABC rules didn't match up, making it difficult for businesses like hers to get off the ground.
Really is going to open the door for these people that have these fun, unique products that they want to be able to share with people.
She says other people in Virginia are making alcohol-infused pudding, ice cream, jelly, and even barbecue sauce. This new legislation limits them to using 5% or less alcohol by volume instead of the current 0.5%. Well, coming up on 59 News at 10, a devastating bridge collapses in Florida, leaving several dead, and first responders scrambling to pick up the pieces. The latest on search and rescue efforts, that's still to come on 59 News.
At the bus stop, we're dealing with temperatures in the 20s, so a pretty cold start to your day, but we do have some more sunshine to look forward to. I'll also let you know how your weekend's shaping up to be. All the information coming up right after the break, so please stay with us.
This is Fox 59 with Tim Carrico, Jessica Schuler, and Storm Tracker 59 meteorologist Heidi Moore. You're watching 59 News.
59 News keeps you informed, and Storm Tracker 59 keeps you safe.
Are you looking for a stylish new car that will turn heads without breaking the bank? Then check out the newly redesigned 2018 Toyota Camry at L&S Toyota in Beckley. When you consider a new Camry, you get Toyota's Safety Sense with all the latest safety features, up to 301 horsepower or 53 mpgs. A great price at only $23,077 or 0% for 60 months and $500 APR subvention cash. Come see us in Beckley, where we have 30 new Camrys to choose from. And remember, there's no reason to settle for less than L&S.
Cancer is a scary diagnosis. We understand that anxiety.
The kind of relationship you have with your patients in oncology is much more dear and endearing. I did my fellowship at East Tennessee State, which is not too far away from here.
I came here, visited this lovely town, and I was really impressed by the warmth. My name is Dr. Arindam Bakshi.
My name is Dr. Ragnil Bijula. And we have one mission.
In the classroom and out, West Virginia teachers and service professionals are helping build stronger communities. Educators from every one of West Virginia's 55 counties stood together to negotiate better wages for educators, service personnel, and all state employees. But there's more work to be done. Educators will continue to stand strong, guiding the PEIA task force to control healthcare costs and fix the problems we've seen under PEIA. We remain.
Hi, I'm Chad Love, and I practice nursing home and personal injury law. When we were kids, our parents spent the best years of their lives making sure we were safe and protected. It's our job now to protect them. At the Love Law Firm, we think even one case of inadequate care is one too many. If your loved one is a resident of a nursing home and shows signs of neglect, injuries, or bed sores, we can help. Call me today at 345-LOVE for a free confidential consultation. Because when it comes to looking out for your family, love won't let you down.
Now, with the area's most accurate forecast, Storm Tracker 59.
Good evening, everyone. Well, it's quiet out there tonight. Our Storm Tracker 59 HD Dual Live Doppler radar finally showing some quiet conditions. As we go through the evening, we'll continue to deal with quiet conditions. So good news there. The nice weather we had today is expected to continue as we get into the end of our week. So your Friday shaping up to be all right. Still going to be cool, though. Not quite as warm as we typically see this time of year. Of course, we did make it into the upper 40s and some spots into the 50s today. So that helped. I think tomorrow is actually going to be a little bit cooler. But right now, it's not too bad for this time of night. We're in the mid-40s and low 40s, a few spots already in the upper 30s. But we will drop much more rapidly in the next couple of hours. And by the time we kick things off tomorrow morning, many of us are expected to be in the 20s. So a chilly start to the day. We're already much warmer, though, than where we were 24 hours ago by about 15 to 25 degrees. We started this morning off with temperatures in the upper teens and low 20s. I don't think we'll be that cold tomorrow morning, but we're still going to be cold enough where you'll want those jackets as you head out the door. Still dealing with somewhat gusty winds, about 15 to 20 mile per hour gusts, so wind chill will be a concern starting the day off tomorrow. It'll feel like it's in the teens as we begin our day. So at the bus stop, a cold start, but a quiet start nonetheless. Some sunshine to begin your Friday. Sunshine for Friday afternoon afternoon as well. Speaking of cold, take a look at the month so far. Those blue squares represent days where temperatures were below average. The yellow squares are days where we were pretty close to average. And the red square, the one single red square, the days that we were above average that is. As we go through the next few days, I don't think we're going to add too many more red. We'll probably add a few more blue, especially as we get into next week. So unfortunately, it looks like the month of March is going to remain, for the most part, below average temperature-wise. And you'll see that here on our temperature trend. Overall, it's trending cooler than where we typically are. 41 tomorrow, that's about 10 degrees shy of the average. Now the weekend slightly warmer, and we'll continue that into the start of the work week. Near average on Saturday, slightly above average Sunday, Monday, but then we drop again as we get into the middle of next week, and it looks like we stay below average to close the work week out. Now the good news is we at least have some dry time this weekend, not necessarily Saturday, but Sunday not shaping up to be a bad day. Dry cold front move through now. We have that cold air start building in as we get into the early morning hours, but we don't see the rain move back in until we get into our Saturday. And you'll see that here on Predictor. Quiet for your Friday, sunshine to begin the day off as we get into the afternoon, more sunshine to enjoy, and then clouds begin to build in Friday evening. Rain looks to hold off till after the midnight hour. Maybe a little bit of freezing rain in the mountains as this begins, but enough warm air moves in for most of us by the time the rain really picks up, though we're mainly just dealing with rain. Could get pretty heavy at times. That's something to watch out for. Flooding, not a major concern, but I would watch out in spots that saw quite a bit of snow, because all that snow is melting, so that's going to saturate the ground further. So runoff may be a concern, and maybe a few high water issues. I'm mainly concerned about Nicholas County, maybe western Greenbrier, Pocahontas, where we've had most of the snow over the last several days. Now, of course, your 10-day forecast, not looking all that bad where you consider where we've been. We're in the 40s for your Friday, 50s for the weekend, and then here we go. Back to the cold temperatures as we get into the middle and end of next week. And we are watching the potential for maybe a little bit of snow Wednesday morning. And that's the next really winter-type weather we have to be on the lookout for. Too far out to say how much snow, but it could be some, so something to keep an eye on.
I was hoping that we were done with snow. This was the last snowfall we were going to get in March.
I'm sorry. I wish I could say summer's coming, but no. Spring does start Tuesday, but it's not really going to feel like spring anytime soon.
No, that's a little disappointing. Well, thank you, Heidi. Well, March Madness has begun, and it's no secret former President Obama is a fan. He tweeted his bracket yesterday saying, quote, "Just because I have more times to watch games doesn't mean my picks will be better. But here are my brackets this year." The former commander-in-chief predicts Michigan State winning the men's basketball title, and no surprise, UConn winning the women's championship. According to Sports Illustrated, Obama did an NCAA tournament bracket every year of his presidency. In 2017, he accurately predicted North Carolina and UConn as the champs. Well, ahead on Fox 59, could there be bacteria living in your water bottle? We've got the results of a disturbing new study. That's as 59 News at 10 rolls on.
The Storm Tracker 59 10-day forecast is brought to you exclusively by your Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Protect the plate now, Scotty.
We've got a lot going on this spring. We could really use a new car. Did you say you could use a new car?
Yeah.
Come with me. Scotty! Hustle up! And now's the time to get a great deal on a new Toyota.
You mind?
Sure. Here you go. Okay, here you go. Yeah.
Right now, lease a Highlander for only $279 a month, or buy with $1,000 cash back, or pick a Sienna with 0.9% APR.
Ready, set, go get your Toyota today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Almost heaven, always home for West Virginia's Evan Jenkins. Evan and his wife raised 3 kids here, proud parents of a U.S. Marine. Deeply pro-life, Jenkins fought to defund Planned Parenthood, and Jenkins helped start Lily's Place, caring for newborns exposed to drugs.
Evan Jenkins helped get Lily's Place started. The Trump administration wanting to shine light on the work of the facility.
Working with Trump, West Virginia values Evan Jenkins.
I'm Evan Jenkins, and I approve this message.
I didn't have to say a thing. She read it all over my face. She said she'd get a second job, whatever she needed to do, but the bills kept piling up.
Daddy, why won't you answer the phone?
still time to save at Nissan now. Don't miss big offers on Rogue with ProPilot Assist that helps keep you centered in your lane. The technology of tomorrow, available today. Time is running out. Save big on our entire lineup now. It's time for an upgrade. Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event. Exclusive offers end soon. Lease the Rogue family for $159 per month or save up to $27.50 on the 2018 Rogue.
Welcome back. A new pedestrian bridge connecting Florida International University with the city of Sweetwater, Florida has collapsed. Several people are dead and at least 8 people were injured. Laura Podesta has the latest from New York.
Huge chunks of concrete from a new pedestrian bridge connecting Florida International University with the city of Sweetwater now cover a Florida roadway.
The bridge at FIU just collapsed out of nowhere.
This witness captured the scene moments after the 950-ton span collapsed Thursday afternoon.
Workers are hurt. They're helping workers. They're pulling workers out. There's definitely people stuck under.
As Miami-Dade rescue teams worked frantically to determine if anyone was trapped, others were treated for injuries along the median and taken to nearby hospitals.
We have all of the heavy equipment we might need. We have as many as 4 cranes and crane operators, so we're in a full search and rescue mode.
This person, who did not want to be identified, felt the impact.
The vibration was really strong because it's such a big structure, so once it fell, it was almost just shocking.
A time-lapse video posted to FIU's Facebook page shows the project from its start to its unveiling over the weekend. FIU officials say the bridge was built using advanced safety measures designed to reduce risk to commuters and pedestrians. Investigators will work to figure out what caused the collapse.
President Trump was briefed on the bridge collapse and is monitoring the situation. Florida Governor Rick Scott is on his way to FIU to be briefed by local officials. We'll head on Fox 59. Federal lawmakers say they want to make Huntington America's safest city. How they plan to tackle drug-related crime in the tri-state. That's in the second half hour of 59 News at 10.
Today, we're finally getting our bathtub redone. We weren't happy with it.
Oh, we didn't want the headaches of demolition.
Or the days without our bathroom. Then a friend told us about Bath Fitter and their unique tub-over-tub process. There's no demolition, and they install in as little as a day. They also have a seamless wall for a watertight fit. And Bath Fitter has a lifetime guarantee. What a difference. Finally, a bathtub I love.
Call today for our best offer.
Big John's mad about March sale. Dribble on in and get to save it. You could drive home a brand new Ford for less. Like this 2017 Ford Fiesta hatchback. Big John's price only $15,226. Or what about this 2017 Ford Edge Titanium? Dribble in and drive it home for only $32,405. 2017 Ford F-250 XL 4-wheel drive for only $35,481. Drive home happy in a brand new mid-state Ford. The one you could buy for less at Arbuckle Road in Summersville.
When you're in an auto accident or experiencing car failure, you need a professional. Glenn's Towing and Roadside Service is here to help when you need it the most. We provide immediate roadside assistance 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, anytime, anywhere. With the largest fleet in southern West Virginia and a dispatcher always on duty. We'll get to you promptly. Our high-quality towing and recovery service will be the hassle-free part of a stressful situation. Glenn's Towing and Roadside Service, lifting you up when you're down.
March is matchup month at your Ford dealer. Compare for yourself. See why Ford outsells the competition. The Ford lineup can't be beat. No other brand has a more loyal fan base, and no other brand has more 5-star players on the roster. That's how we've earned the title of America's best-selling brand. Go with Ford and drive home a winner. Now get up to $2,000 matchup trade assist cash. Plus, make no payments for 90 days during the March matchup at your local Ford store.
It sure is cold out here.
Welcome back. A new report is raising concerns about what may be in your plastic water bottles. Meg Oliver brings us the details.
Bottled water is a huge industry in the U.S. Now, new tests from journalism group Orb Media and the State University of New York have discovered tiny particles of plastic in some water. Researchers tested more than 250 bottles using this special kind of dye that sticks to plastic.
Under certain wavelengths of light, it causes them to sparkle like stars in a night sky.
Plastic was identified in 93% of samples. The concentration ranged from 0 to more than 10,000 likely plastic particles in a single bottle.
It's an indication that we should be concerned. It's not catastrophic, the numbers that we're seeing, but it's concerning. And especially if you look at then, if you're drinking only bottled water and you do this every day.
Researchers tested 11 popular brands of water in 9 countries, including the U.S. The World Health Organization says currently there is no evidence microplastics affects human health. Some scientists say more research is needed.
As we become more aware of the prevalence of microplastics and the potential harm that they might cause, I think we need to start thinking now about how we can reduce those inputs.
The International Bottled Water Association tells CBS News there is no consensus on testing for microplastics or the potential health impacts. The group says this new study is not based on sound science and is unnecessarily scaring consumers. Meg Oliver, New York.
The FDA says it's closely following research on microplastics and their potential to enter the food supply. Well, straight ahead on 59 News at 10, one person is dead and another person is injured following a shooting in Alabama. The details on the gunman and who opened fire in the hospital. That's on the other side of the break.
I'd like to invite you in to test drive the all-new Buick to see why everyone loves their Buick from Beckley Auto Mall.
Save big all month long on great deals like this 18 Buick LaCrosse, just $39,985. Save $6,500 on this 18 Envision. Get an incredible discount of over $8,000 off this new 18 Buick Encore.
No matter where the roads lead you, shop in style with a Buick from Beckley Auto Mall.
Located at the point of Eisenhower and Robert C. Byrd Drive or online at BeckleyAutomall.com.
Foxfire Realty, the leader in land sales in West Virginia. Foxfire sells all types of land, including farmlands, timberlands, recreational lands for hunting, fishing, and hiking. Foxfire Realty, the leader in land sales in West Virginia. I'm Richard Griss, broker with Foxfire Realty, and I'd like to invite you to visit our website, foxfirenation.com. See why we're the leader in land sales in West Virginia. Foxfire Realty, selling land is what we do.
Let's face it, everyone would love a smartphone these days, but not everyone wants unlimited everything. For people who just need GPS, a good camera, and a few apps, there's TracFone, the original no-contract wireless provider. Smartphone plans start as low as $15, with phones from top brands like Samsung and LG at very affordable prices. TracFone has nationwide coverage on America's largest and most dependable 4G LTE networks. Available at retailers nationwide. Visit TracFone.com for more information and special offers.
Don't let the winter blues get you down. Come in from the cold at Mercer Mall. Shop, eat, gather, play. It's a place for all. Mercer Mall. Live your style.
Drive a brand new all-wheel drive Nissan Rogue for only $289 a month. That's $289 a month during March Mania through March 31st at Cole Nissan, located at Bill Cole Auto Mall.
This mall has it all.
Coming soon to our area. An event like you've never seen before. But it's only for 3 days. Beckley, May. Jessica Schuler, weeknights at 10. This is Fox 59 with Tim Carrico, Jessica Schuler, and Storm Tracker 59 meteorologist Heidi Moore. You're watching 59 News
Welcome to the second half hour of Fox 59 News at 10. Federal officials announced they plan to tackle drugs and crimes in the tri-state. Their goal, to make Huntington the safest city in America. Dan Thorne has the details of Project Huntington.
Our goal is very simple, to make Huntington the safest city in America.
A lofty proposal by U.S. Attorney Mike Stewart, leading the fight against drugs and violent crimes in West Virginia's second largest city. Surrounded by other federal law enforcement, Stewart says they're beefing up the number of prosecutors in Huntington.
I've ordered a surge of federal prosecutors right here in Huntington, and that means doubling the number of prosecutors immediately, and within weeks tripling the number of prosecutors right here in the federal building.
The effort is being dubbed Project Huntington. It falls along the lines of U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions' call for federal prosecutors to bring the toughest charges possible against suspects. However, critics of this kind of approach say it will target minorities and fill up prisons with nonviolent offenders.
You're never going to fight this problem within our community with just addressing one approach.
Michael Bayless is just settling into his new job as U.S. Marshal for the Southern District of the state. He spent several years with the West Virginia State Police. Bayless says treatment and early intervention need to be combined with stronger enforcement.
I think anybody who's on drugs are trying to fill a void that's in their lives, and they're turning to drugs thinking that that will fill that void, and that's not the appropriate response to it.
Reporting in Huntington, Dan Thorne, 59 News.
One person is dead and another person is injured following a shooting at an Alabama hospital. Birmingham police say a man walked into UAB Hospital and opened fire yesterday. Law enforcement says he shot 2 people before shooting and killing himself. One hospital worker was killed and another wounded. That person is in stable condition. A threatening phone call sends one Florida father into a panic. The caller claimed he'd kidnapped the man's daughter, but he really had not. It's called virtual kidnapping, an extortion scheme where the scammer tries to trick a parent into paying a ransom. Jen Holloway spoke with that father and has the details.
Patrick McDonald got a call that literally stopped him in his tracks.
All I can hear is a young girl crying, hysterically crying.
As the father of a teenage girl, the words he heard sent chills up his spine.
Oh, Daddy, Daddy, please help me.
A male voice then started barking demands.
Hey, buddy, he says, I have your daughter, I've kidnapped her, and it's going to cost you a lot of money.
The call was from a number he did not recognize, so he pressed the caller for answers.
What are you talking about? I said, she's in school. He said, no, she's not. I picked her up. He said, we're going to kill your daughter if you don't pay us a lot of money by this evening.
At that point, McDonald demanded the caller put the girl back on the phone.
And he said, no. He said, if you want, he said, I'll cut off her two of her fingers, wrap it in her underwear, and ship it to you. So I just kept bringing him along a little bit because I was very, very angry. He says, if you hang up, I'm going to kill her for sure.
He says the torturous phone call felt like it lasted a lifetime, but he knew his daughter was safe at school, and now he wants to warn others.
And that was Jen Holloway reporting. The FBI says that if you get a call like this, you should remain calm and never reveal your child's name or any identifying details. The Bureau also urges people to report the number of the caller to authorities immediately. Well, police in South Carolina arrested the sister of Charleston church shooter Dylan Roof on charges of bringing weapons and drugs to her school. 18-year-old Morgan Roof is charged with carrying marijuana, pepper spray, and a knife on campus. She also reportedly posted concerning comments on Snapchat, voicing anger about the National School walkout yesterday, the 1-month anniversary of the Florida school shooting. She's reportedly being held on a $5,000 bond and has been ordered not to return to school. A bill called Stop Enabling Sex Traffickers Act is designed to do just that, but some fear the proposed law could make problems worse. Alexandra Limon reports from Washington about efforts to fight online sex trafficking and the websites that allow it to take place.
Websites that allow ads for human trafficking
trafficking and child sex rings are the target of a bill the Senate will soon consider.
It allows state agencies to go after them just like the Federal Department of Justice could go after them, but it also makes it clear that they lose their liability protection under federal law.
The tech community is divided over that liability protection. The Internet Association now supports the bill, while smaller tech companies and startups still oppose it. Senator Ron Wyden of Oregon fears the bill could have the opposite of its intended effect, driving criminal activity into the shadows, making it harder for law enforcement to find. The House passed the bill with an overwhelming majority, but representatives from California's Bay Area, a huge tech hub, were split. Leader Nancy Pelosi voted in favor of the bill. Representative Jackie Speer didn't vote, and other Bay Area representatives voted against the bill, including Zoe Lofgren.
There was an amendment that had not gone through the committee process, was unconstitutional. The Justice Department pointed out very helpfully that it applied the law retroactively. You can't do that.
In that same letter, the Justice Department said the SESTA-FOSTA bill is broader than necessary because it extends to online sexual transactions between consenting adults.
You look at these websites and what they're doing and giving us space for ads that knowingly sell children. We have to be able to bring them to justice.
South Dakota Congresswoman Kristi Noem is one of the most vocal supporters of SESTA-FOSTA, saying it gives law enforcement needed tools to prosecute sex traffickers and enablers. In Washington, Alexandra Limon.
Source tells CNN special counsel Robert Mueller subpoenaed the Trump Organization for business documents. The New York Times reports the subpoena includes items related to Russia. According to a source who spoke to CNN today, the subpoena is meant to ensure that all pertinent financial documents are submitted. This development is the first public indication that Mueller has demanded materials related to Trump's businesses. A Trump Organization attorney released a statement calling the report, quote, old news, and said the company has consistently cooperated with the investigation. Well, happy hour could be getting pricier. The tariffs President Trump is imposing on steel and aluminum could up production costs for breweries. And as Morgan Wright found out, beer drinkers may be picking up the tab.
Take one look around Port City Brewery in Alexandria, Virginia, and you'll notice there's no shortage of steel.
Craft beer is growing in the U.S.
But Bill Butcher, the founder of Port City Brewing, thinks growth may slow down as a result of President Trump's 10% tariff on aluminum and 25% tariff on steel.
It's going to hit the smaller producers like us in a much more dramatic fashion than it will the big guys.
Craft breweries across the nation rely heavily on steel and aluminum for their day-to-day operation, from kegs to can sheet aluminum, and Butcher says this can impact the growth of the entire industry.
It's going to become more and more difficult to continue to invest in our growth.
Scott Paul, the president of the Alliance for American Manufacturing, says the tariffs will force companies to make a choice.
They can either take the accumulated savings they've made from dumped aluminum and dumped steel over the past decade, or the advantage of the tax cuts they just received, or they can charge their customers another penny and a half.
Unfortunately, we have to pass those price increases on to our customers.
It remains to be seen if this will impact consumers' wallets and aspiring brewers looking to get involved in the industry. But if prices go up and sales go down, the industry could take a hit. Congressman Rothfuss of Pennsylvania says the tariffs are necessary to keep the U.S. competitive in the global market.
We have to have a competitive regulatory environment. We just put the American tax system on a much more competitive level in the global marketplace.
Reporting in Washington, Morgan Wright.
Port City Brewery is an original brewery in the D.C. area and the first packaging craft brewery in the area. President Trump's tariffs go into effect on March 23rd. As we go to break, you're taking a live look over Courthouse Square in downtown Hinton on this Thursday evening. Storm Tracker 59 meteorologist Heidi Moore has your full forecast next. Keep it here.
If you're hurt, we will come to you.
Heidi Moore, weeknights at 10.
For 3 days, Grand gives you 3 ways to save. 1. Save up to 50% store-wide. 2. Save an extra 17% on top of that. And 3. Keep on saving with 3 years no interest. Only at Grand's Lucky Weekend Sale.
Ready to go when you are.
Wow, you look nice. Getting around isn't as easy as it used to be. That's why we called Bath Fitter. They removed our old tub and installed a beautiful new spacious shower. Now, getting in and out is a breeze. And we have peace of mind with seamless walls that provide a watertight fit, plus their lifetime guarantee. Thanks to Bath Fitter, life is so much easier with a shower we love.
Call today for our best offer.
Don't wait. Don't overpay. 2017 model sell-down has launched at Crossroads Chevrolet. Crossroads Chevrolet is selling down over 200 Chevy trucks with our biggest discounts ever. New 2017 Silverado 1500 model sell-down price $19,991. $19,991. Save $11,500 off 2018 Silverado 1500s. $11,500 off. Don't miss this opportunity to save. Don't wait. Don't overpay. Hurry to Crossroads Chevrolet today.
Is your lawn looking a little drab? Do you want to bring your winter lawn back to life but don't have time or patience to do it yourself? Aspen Landscaping is your answer. Spring is the perfect time to start fertilization and weed control programs. Let Aspen turn your yard into a thick, green, and lush lawn that will look great, and you can take all the credit. Call Aspen today and find out how you can get a free lawn application worth up to $50. Aspen Landscaping. One call does it all.
For 3 days, Grand gives you 3 ways to save on mattresses. 1. All discontinued mattresses and bases are an extra 17% off. 2. Take 17% off all sheet and comforter sets. 3. Save with 3 years no interest. Only at Grand this weekend.
Now with the area's most accurate forecast, Storm Tracker 59.
Good evening, everyone. It was a decent day out there today. We had the sunshine. Temperatures got close to average, still a little bit below in some spots, but certainly better than how we started the week off. Right now, our Storm Tracker 59 HD Dual Live Doppler radar is looking good. It's quiet out there. We're going to keep things dry through the rest of your evening, and we're also expecting to keep things dry as we get into the day ahead. Your Friday is going to be a nice day, a little bit cooler, but nice nonetheless. Temperatures right now, not bad, but we are going to start seeing these fall much more rapidly here in the next few hours. Many of us in the low to mid 40s. You can see the cooler air up in the higher elevations, and temperatures down in Pineville 38. So you have some of that colder air around. More of it will start to filter in over the next few hours. And by the time we kick things off tomorrow morning, many of us in the 20s. But take a look at the change in the last 24 hours. We are ranging between 16 to 25 degrees warmer. That's certainly a nice change out there compared to yesterday. And wind gusts, while they're still breezy, they are starting to die down a bit, about 15 to 20 mile per hour gusts. We will see that, though, continue into the early morning, so watch out for some cooler wind chills as we start off our Friday. At the bus stop, though, overall dealing with temperatures in the 20s across much of the area, so that is a pretty cold start to the day, but it'll be a nice and quiet start. And we're dealing with sunshine, and the good news is the sunshine sticks around. Bad news is, I think we're going to be continuing this below average trend over the next few weeks. As you can see, the month of March so far had temperatures below average. Every day that's blue on that calendar was a day where temperatures were registered below the average mark. The yellows were average, and that one red was the only day this month on the 1st where we saw a high above our average. So again, we may add a few red boxes as we get into the weekend, but I think once we get back into next week, we'll be adding more blue here. So unfortunately, even though spring starts on Tuesday, it's not going to feel a whole lot like spring, especially as we get toward Tuesday and Wednesday. We might even have another chance for snow as we get into the middle of next week. We'll talk about that in the days to come, but first let's talk about our temperature trend over the next few days. We're below average tomorrow, we're back near average Saturday, and then above average Sunday and Monday, only to drop again. And here's that chance for some snow showers. I think if we were to see snow, it would be late Tuesday night into early Wednesday. I think much of the day on Tuesday is going to be rain. But again, we still have time to kind of nail that one down. So we'll keep an eye on it. Let's focus on the next round of rain, which will come into play on Saturday. So tomorrow we're still looking good. We have a dry cold front moving through now. That's going to help bring in the cold air as we get into the overnight hours and early morning hours. And it's also going to help keep our temperatures in the low 40s tomorrow. tomorrow, despite the fact that we are going to see plenty of sunshine. As you can see on Predictor, looking good. Clouds do increase Friday night, and then here's our next chance for rain. Notice by the morning hours, we could be seeing some heavy rain in spots. For most of us, just plain old rain. Could maybe see a little bit of freezing rain in the high to rain early Saturday, but by the afternoon, too much warm air takes over. Maybe another quick brief transition to snow Saturday night, but notice by the time that happens, a lot of the moisture starts to dry up. So for Saturday, it's looking like a mainly rain event. Flooding not a major concern, but keep in mind there's a lot of snow melting, so that's going to further saturate the ground. I would keep an eye out for some excessive runoff to maybe cause a few high water issues in spots that saw the most snow over the last few days. Here's your 10-day. As you can see, we're unsettled as we get into next week and cool as temperatures look to remain below average all the way into next weekend.
All right, thank you, Heidi. Straight ahead, the boys basketball state tournament is in full swing and more teams from our area tipped off today. Sports Director Brandon Bansicle joins us next with the highlights. Keep it here.
You're watching 59 News.
There's still time to save at Nissan now. Don't miss big offers on Rogue with ProPilot Assist that helps keep you centered in your lane. The technology of tomorrow, available today. Time is running out. Save big on our entire lineup now. It's time for an upgrade. Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event. Exclusive offers end soon. Lease the Rogue family for $159 per month or save up to $5,700 on the 2017 Murano.
If you're putting off getting hearing aids until they become invisible, then our invisible hearing aids are for you. Loaded with our most advanced hearing technologies, our invisible hearing aids are comfortable to wear and are specifically designed to improve hearing in noisy environments, sound more natural, eliminate whistling, and let you talk comfortably on the phone. Choose from two great styles. The invisible in the canal rests comfortably inside your ear, where no one can see it. The mini receiver in canal hides discreetly behind your ears, virtually undetectable by others. Invisible hearing aids deliver exceptional sound quality, yet are so small only you'll know you're wearing them.
Now, these hearing aids are truly invisible. You can't tell that I'm wearing them. No one knows that I'm wearing them.
Contact the hearing professionals at Raleigh Hearing Center today to find out more. Hear what you've been missing at Raleigh Hearing Center.
Greenbrier Ford's having a construction reduction sale, and while our Ford store is being remodeled, we're in the old John I building. So come shop in indoor comfort and buy a new 4x4 F-150 for $29,992. New Escapes start at $20,999, or buy a Fusion for as little as $17,903. That's just a few of the construction reduction deals available at Greenbrier Ford, temporarily located in the old John I building. Oh yeah, if you need service, it's still at the original location. Just pull around to the side.
Tim Carrico, weeknights at 10.
Welcome to Viejas Arena here in San Diego, California. This is where West Virginia's road to the Final Four begins. WVU, the number 5 seed, will face off against Murray State, the number 12 seed, tomorrow at 4 p.m. The Racers enter this one on a hot streak, winning their last 13. However, they had a 13-day break between that last win and tomorrow's showdown with WVU. Coach Huggins says what jumped off the paper besides that win streak was their shooting percentage, 72% from the line, 49% from the field, 39% from three. Their 78 points per game is just one less than WVU.
It's a big concern, but I don't think it's nothing we haven't seen before. You know, I feel like we just played against one of the best shooting teams in the country in Kansas. So, you know, we'll see once the time comes.
Right now, the Mountaineers are shooting 43% from the floor and 35% from three. The senior duo of Javon Carter and Daxter Miles played a key role in driving West Virginia to the Big 12 title game last weekend. Their experience and leadership in these type of games will be relied on heavily tomorrow. However, it can't be just those two scoring tomorrow. Fellow starter Issa Ahmad and guys like Beetle Bolden and Lamont West coming off the bench are going to have to step up, put some points on the board, and help shoulder the load. West Virginia and Murray State, the first round of the NCAA tournament coming your way tomorrow at 4 p.m. That is the latest on the Mountaineers here in San Diego, California. I'm Angelica Trenone.
Tonight's sports report is sponsored by Dish. Tuned in to you.
Welcome back. We're joined now by sports director Brandon Van Sickle. Today was day 2 of the boys state basketball tournament in Charleston. And Brandon, it was another early morning for you.
Yeah, it definitely was. For the second straight day, a couple of our local teams tipped off the tournament with a 9:30 a.m. start. This time it was the number 6 ranked Greater Beckley Christian Crusaders. They were trying to upset the number 3 ranked Tug Valley Panthers. The Crusaders entered the tournament after winning 8 of their last 9 games, including a regional championship over the Pocahontas County Warriors. First quarter in this one, Tug Valley in transition. Tyler May gets it to Mason Lane for 2 and the foul, and the Panthers lead by 5. Later in the first, the Crusaders running it right back at them. Chance Potter to Caleb Clark. Clark gets the layup to go. GVC down by 2. Still in the first, Panthers still leading. Levi Davis to Tyler May. It's an off-balance 3, but it's good, and May had a game-high 28 points in this one. He made 6 long-range jumpers. Tug Valley shot the ball very well today, over 50% from the field, 55% from three-point range, and the Panthers win it by a final of 83-52.
It's the first time on this stage for most of our guys. We're young. We lose 2 seniors, and these guys will all be back. So, that could have played into it early. But, I was proud of our fight. I was particularly proud of our third quarter effort. I don't think our guys quit all night. I don't think we hung our heads, and we kept plugging along. It just wasn't our day today.
Like Coach said, the Crusaders are a really young team, and that he thinks that this tournament experience could really help the returning players next season. Tug Valley will play in the state semifinals tomorrow against Ravenswood. And despite the 9:30 a.m. start this morning for the Crusaders, the fans showed up for Greater Beckley Christian, and they had a little help from another local school. The WVSSAC was kind enough to schedule the Woodrow Wilson Flying Eagles game immediately following Greater Beckley's game, which meant an overlap of Beckley basketball fans, and there was a lot of support from both fan bases for each of Beckley's teams.
We got here early because we wanted to get a big Beckley community to help support GBC and this for Beckley because we play back-to-back games. But we got to get this WDA against Martinsburg and get this state championship, bring 17 back to Beckley.
I even saw fans, Crusaders fans, taking off their red shirts and switching over to maroon to support the Flying Eagles. It was actually really cool. So let's get into the next game. Number 5 seeded Woodrow Wilson once again meeting the Martinsburg Bulldogs in the state tournament. Coach Dave Barksdale back in the Civic Center on the Woodrow Wilson bench, and on the radio call for Metro News, Fred Persinger the first and Fred the second, a rare sight to see. Early in the first, Woodrow down by 2. Danny Bickey with the hesitation, then the lay-in to tie the game. But Martinsburg, they came out shooting in this one. Grant Harmon from long range, that gives the Bulldogs a 3-point lead. But Woodrow, they can shoot the ball too. Bryce Radford kicks it to Ty Walton in the corner. That ties the game right back up. We're going to skip ahead to the fourth quarter. Really close game. Bulldogs up by 2. Corey Barnett on the drive and the floater. Martinsburg up by 4 with less than 3 minutes to play. The Bulldogs were able to keep their lead. They would win it 58-48. The Flying Eagles lose 3 senior starters next year, but they're still going to return a really strong junior class and a JV team that had a great season, and it still looks really good here for the Flying Eagles.
Anytime you come down to the state tournament with young kids, it's great because they get a taste of it, they know how it is, and hopefully next year we'll come back a whole lot better, a whole lot stronger.
Martinsburg will now play the top-seeded University Hawks. That's tomorrow in the state semifinals.
Coming up, we got the events making news across our area tonight. Don't go anywhere. A recap of your top stories is still to come. And as we go to break, here's a look at our 59 News Facebook Fan of the Day. Thanks to Regina Birchfield for that picture. We'll be right back.
59 News would like to say congratulations to the WVU men's basketball organization for making it to March Madness. Let's go Mountaineers.
March is matchup month at your Ford dealer. Compare for yourself. See why Ford outsells the competition. The Ford lineup can't be beat. No other brand has a more loyal fan base, and no other brand has more 5-star players on the roster. That's how we've earned the title of America's best-selling brand. Go with Ford and drive home a winner. Now get up to $2,000 matchup trade assist cash. Plus, make no payments for 90 days during the March matchup at your local Ford store.
Is your Wi-Fi keeping you too close for comfort?
There's a signal.
Introducing wall-to-wall Wi-Fi from Shentel, an enhanced network to extend your signal to nearly every corner of your home, not just one room. Get it with a Shentel Internet package. If you sign up now, you can save $20 by getting 25 megabits per second for the price of 10. Call 1-800-SHENTEL or visit Shentel.com to order.
Evan Jenkins' TV ad should make many West Virginians angry. It starts out saying, "Almost Heaven, West Virginia." While all of us love the song Country Roads, many West Virginia families should be angry because they are forced to live below the poverty line. In the ad, Evan proudly touts his involvement in a Huntington facility that treats drug-dependent newborns. But Huntington residents are not proud. Instead, they are angry because Evan has represented them for 20 years and Huntington is the drug abuse capital of America. All West Virginians should be angry because over those same 20 years, Evan voted 20 times to raise their taxes. He also voted for Obamacare and climate change legislation. Southern West Virginians should be the most angry of all because Evan's primary job is to represent their district, and the district ranks 431 out of 435 in the United States. That's not almost heaven. That's almost last.
I'm Don Blankenship, candidate for U.S. Senate. I approve this message.
Paid for by Don Blankenship for U.S. Senate.
All right, here's a final look at your 10-day forecast. We are keeping temperatures below average tomorrow, but we'll have some sunshine to enjoy. Rain returns for Saturday, but temperatures back to our averages, and then we're above average as we get into Sunday and your Monday. Both days looking okay. We'll have some rain moving in late Monday. Ahead of our next storm that moves in on Tuesday, mainly rain on Tuesday, but we could see that transition to snow as we get into the early morning on Wednesday. Maybe some lingering snow showers by Thursday, and temperatures look to remain below average even as we get into the end of next week.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Now let's get to the events making news across our area tonight. In your top stories this Thursday evening, the judge did not rule in favor of a mistrial in the case of Larry Young. Yesterday, there was an issue with a transcription of a recorded statement given by Young. The judge planned to make this decision this morning on whether to rule this case as a mistrial. That ruling was denied, and the trial continued today with more cross-examination of witnesses. Both sides finished presenting evidence today. Court will resume tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning with closing arguments before it goes to the jury. Young is accused of first-degree sexual assault, sexual abuse by a parent or guardian, and first-degree sexual abuse. And deputies say a Mercer County woman is facing attempted murder and malicious wounding charges after she reportedly shot a family member. The Mercer County Sheriff's Department tells us that shooting happened at a home in Princeton yesterday morning. Deputies say Marina Jones called 911, reporting she had shot her estranged husband. The victim was transported to a hospital where he is in critical condition. Deputies are still investigating a motive for the shooting and whether drugs or alcohol played a factor. Jones is in jail. And U.S. Attorney Mike Stewart wants to make Huntington the safest city in America. Surrounded by other federal officials, Stewart says a tougher approach through law enforcement will help rid the area of drugs and violent crimes. The plan, dubbed Project Huntington, will double the number of prosecutors in the city. It falls on U.S. Attorney General Jeff Sessions' office to bring the toughest charges possible against suspects. However, critics of this approach say it will target minorities and fill up prisons with nonviolent offenders. Well, that's all the time we have here at 10. Be sure to visit our website, WVNSTV.com, and like us on Facebook for breaking news and weather updates. You can also get the latest updates from Alexa on all of your Amazon devices. And join me and Storm Tracker 59 meteorologist Heidi Moore on our sister station, CBS 59, for more news, weather, and sports after college basketball ends. We'll see you there.
Is it true